Good morning, sports fans. Well, it was a very unusual Super Bowl where for the first 2.5 quarters, it was pretty much unwatchable. But the last quarter and a half and the overtime, well, you couldn't have asked for a better ending, a better game. And what it comes down to in this game is the Kansas City Chiefs had Patrick Mahomes, and nobody else does. The 49ers did everything they had to do for the first much of the game to win this game. I said, if you're going to beat the Chiefs, you have to make Mahomes one-dimensional. You can't let him use his feet. You have to make him a pocket passer. And you also have to shut down the running game of Kansas City because, let's face it, other than Travis Kelce and Rice, maybe, there's really no one on that team that really scares you. And they did. And I said, well, if you're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs defense, they can't be run on. They're going to have to use McCaffrey more. Well, they didn't use McCaffrey enough, if you ask me. They tried throwing a ball. I mean, they only got one sack on Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy had a pretty good game. He had over a 90 rating, 255 yards, no turnovers, no fumbles. So only sacked once. The kid played pretty good. But Mahomes was just better in the end. And this game took a turn when it was the third quarter when the punt or the kickoff? No, it was a punt. Hit off the 49ers leg. That caused a turnover, and if you ask me, that's when the game began to turn because that's the one break Kansas City need to wake up, and they got it. They ended up scoring. They ended up tying the game, and it was a battle from here on in down in overtime. Now, a lot of people saying Kyle Shanahan should have deferred the ball in overtime. A lot of people say, well, listen, the analytics either way, you got to play defense, you got to play offense, you got to play both. This is a championship game. If your team's going to win, well, they're going to be the one to make the big plays. And the opening drive of overtime, the Niners took 7.5 minutes off the clock and they scored a field goal. That's a long time, but that's also enough time for Mahomes to come down and get the game-winning touchdown, which he did. Now, they had a 4th-and-1, and they put the ball in Mahomes' hands. He gets the first down. If you ask me, that was the game right there because you knew going down that Mahomes was going to win that game. And, I was screaming at the TV and says, you got to call timeout? I got to call timeout. And Mahomes went ahead with the play. They scored a winning touchdown with 3 seconds left in overtime. And the Kansas City Chiefs are your Super Bowl champion again. The first time it's been back-to-back in 19 years since the Patriots did it in 03 and 04. And this was a gritty, tough Kansas City team. Because the other two previous teams that went to the Super Bowl were far better. Even the team that lost Super Bowl, if you ask me, was much better. That team that lost to Tampa Bay, though, was beat up on the offensive line. But they played with the heart of a champion. Now, whether you like them or not, the Chiefs are the world champions. And I'm telling you right now, Pat Mahomes is by far in my top 3 as the greatest quarterbacks ever. In my lifetime, or maybe ever. I put him up there with Brady and Joe Montana. And for all you people that got to try to tell me, well, those guys got more raw talent than Pat Mahomes, really. Because Pat Mahomes is doing stuff that I cannot see any other quarterback doing. He's played 6 years. He's gone to 6 AFC Championship games. And he's won 4 of them. He's won 3 or 4 Super Bowls with an MVP in 3 of them, but has 2 regular season MVPs. And the one Super Bowl he lost to was to Tom Brady, who you say may be the greatest of all time. The 2 championships he lost was to Tom Brady and the Joe Burrows. So if you're going to beat Kansas City and Mahomes, you need an unusually awesome quarterback. So there's your Super Bowl in a nutshell. Now, of course, I'm talking three-peat. We saw the Lakers do this back in the early days of Pat Riley when he actually, I think, copyrighted the phrase three-peat. We'll see. But for now, the NFL season is over. Let me know what you think about the game. like I said, I'm going to stand by it. For the first 2.5 quarters, it was unwatchable. But it had a very good second part of the game and a very good ending. So let me know what you think. Football's not till next year. If you want more football, March 30th, 31st, the UFL kicks off. That is a merger between the United States Football League and the XFL. So, be a long 7 weeks, but hey, other sports are there, and we'll talk to you later.